family but not by DNA. Dave and Adam are two of a kind, and they wanna borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth. Brothers but not by birth, family but not by DNA. Dave and Adam are two of a kind, and they wanna borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth.
You do this to me every time, dude.
You do it to yourself. There's a 3-minute countdown clock. It's not like it's a surprise.
Surprise!
We starting the show now.
I have to coat the golden voice.
Then code it with 30 seconds left on the clock, dude. It's right there in your face.
You like the new color?
Just do it.
Look at the ticker. The new color's on the ticker, too.
It doesn't match, though.
Well, you can change it.
I think I will while you talk. Get us started.
Well, I will get us started.
How
By
do
the
you
way,
change it?
you go to banner. Oh, you go to brand. And then you go to brand color.
Brand. Oh.
And then
our brand color is set to gray. That would be why.
But I don't want our brand color to be gray.
Well, I didn't set it to that, David.
My Christian name? All right, Joseph.
So what are you doing? Come on, get us going, man.
So we're celebrating an Alabama win over Kentucky.
Are we now?
No, okay. We're
now it matches. There we go.
Okay. We're having fun. We're hanging out. We're talking boy bands tonight.
Boy bands.
And over under on how much I'm going to sing tonight.
Oh gosh. What are we over under in total show minutes spent of you singing?
Let's go total times I can break out in the song.
Total times you break out in song. Wow, that's going to be no fewer than 38.
38?
At least twice for every time we talk about NSync.
Everybody. Oh, wait. See, I did Backstreet Boys NSync.
One.
Okay. Van Scope, way over. Too much.
Yep.
Ooh, I like this. It even makes their name red.
Wow, little layout. Well, StreamYard's updated on us, and we had no idea what was happening.
I like it. Hey, we got to give a big shout out. Our friends from the Reels and Heels podcast. They're watching us on their 4K home theater TV tonight.
Wow. I'm glad we don't stream in 4K.
Well,
Look how old we are.
I told Brian, I said, wait, you're putting me in 4K? No pressure or anything.
Right.
But, we're here. We're streaming. We're talking about boy bands. Oh, and Carrie says, can we get a big roll tide from both of you fobs? Football only Bobs? Brothers? What?
Football only brothers, but not by birth. That's what it is.
There we go. No, I think that Bama might be turning into a basketball school.
It's just both.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. Carrie, reels and heels. Is that like ladies who fish? No. Movies and wrestling. Come on, Carrie. You're a wrestling guy.
Ugh.
No, they don't wear Uggs. Adam.
Or just Google it,
Well, you could do that, but I think he wanted to be Carrie and
wanted to be funny.
Have fun with
Make
his
it a jokey.
puns. He make it a joke.
I feel like with this in front of me, I feel like I have to do this the whole time.
Hi there. My name
Do I have to do this the whole time?
No, in fact, you don't.
How is that the whole point?
Of it. Yes.
How are my plosives? Are my plosives under control?
Yes. Okay. We can stop now.
Stop what?
Stop you speaking into your new microphone. By the way,
it's not new. The stand is new.
Okay. Well, notice Adam's new setup. Thank you. He's trying to copy me. So
what did you say when I logged into StreamYard? Earlier we were testing it out.
I like your mic stand better than mine, but we have since discussed that my mic stand is better because it also goes back and forth.
Yeah, but mine is on my keyboard drawer, and so therefore it removes from my desk when I'm not using it.
Oh, I can do that.
Which is more
too.
Aesthetically pleasing to the real head of the household.
I mean, it's gone.
It's not gone. That's like when a kid's playing hide and seek. You can't see me.
You can't see me. I went bye.
Oh, that's two.
Oh.
I wish I had a way to put that on screen. Ding. Like in the corner.
I mean, it could be worse. I could have said it's going to be me.
Yeah. You didn't sing it though that time, so that doesn't count.
It's gonna be me.
3.
We hadn't even started the show yet, man. We haven't. It's the pre-roll.
Oh, excuse me.
Are you tired already?
No, I was hiccuping. Hiccup.
Oh, here we go. Carrie Loney. How do we feel about players changing their number to 8 and 24 tonight in celebration of Kobe? I'm thinking more for one of those numbers being retired instead of used like 40. I agree. I'm for that. I think that they should also fully retire the better player, Michael Jordan, 23.
Yeah.
So, Clarence, Dave, come on. You didn't sleep in TCF and you know better about that, Mike. I know. Oh, look at this. Brian's commenting. There you go, Carrie. There's the Reels and Hills logo for you to look it up. And Brian's saying he's here for Backstreet Boys, Take That, and Westlife. I hadn't done much looking on Westlife, and we're going to talk a little Take That, but really their only big hit was Want You Back. I want you back.
That's what it was.
I want you back.
That's right. Yeah.
I want you back for good.
Yep.
Yeah.
How Deep Is Your Love was a big one for Take That too. I can't sing it, but
yeah,
I remember that one.
Ooh, Buddy Juan from
Westlife.
His dad is from South America. He was all about Menudo. Yeah, we know who Menudo was.
Menudo, yeah.
Menudo, yeah. I like it. So, what you been up to, man? We haven't really talked much. You've been working a lot.
Yeah, it's just normal life stuff, man. Just working through and making every day important and special, man. You know the drill.
Yeah.
You know the drill.
Jeffrey Martin. I'm here for the Osmonds.
No, the Osmonds don't count.
No, the Osmonds had a girl. You can't do that. I mean,
it's like the Partridge Family.
Does that mean you count Spice Girls as a boy band?
A girl band. I mean, but that's a whole other episode.
Dude, we could go all day about that.
How have I never really looked into Westlife more when their number 2 best song of all time is Bop Bop Baby? I I mean, that's just like sounds quintessential.
I wanna bop with you, baby.
But I'll get into the rest
all
of that.
night long. I wanna bebop you, baby, till the break of dawn. Wait, that's not.
I couldn't remember going to Pure Country in Montgomery and everybody's line dancing, and all of a sudden that song comes on, and all the older people get on the floor and start doing the little two-step.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, 14 UK number ones, but I'm still sorry. I need to put it up there. Yeah, Brian says Westlife has 14 UK number ones, but I still am not that familiar.
It's called the Osmond Brothers, not the Osmond Brothers and Marie.
Or the you said the Osmonds. I'm using your words, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Hey, Adam.
Yeah,
Adam. I'm just putting this up there. You can read it about you doing.
I'm not exactly sure that's what's holding it up.
We'll talk off air because here's the deal, Vance. If we count the monkeys, we also have to count.
We have to wait. We're getting into it. We haven't even started yet.
Okay, fine.
Time.
Fine.
Oh wait, it's like Saved by the Bell. Wait a minute. Time out.
I'm out.
All right. Untime out.
Okay. All right. So, you ready to get this going?
Let's roll.
All right. So,
Let's do this.
We're going to start recording. Sweaty balls.
Nope. Not doing it. I'll send the mic stand back to Amazon. It's going back on the desk.
Yes. We're going to have some nice sweaty balls.
No, not doing it. Not doing it. This is on Facebook forever.
All right, recording in 3. Stop laughing. Recording in 3, 2, 1. And welcome into another exciting Unrelated at Birth. As always, you've got the one, the only, the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, coming to you live and in living color from the top of the state of Alabama. That's right, in Madison, Alabama, in my Unrelated at Birth podcast studio. And as always, I have brought my friend along from the House of Mouse, from Animal Kingdom Lodge, from Saratoga Springs, from Bay Lake Tower, from the whole Monorail Loop, from St. Cloud, Sniffles himself, the phenomenal brother, Adam Russell.
Sniffles. I would laugh. I would laugh at that, but I'm not allowed to laugh because you yelled at me right before we recorded. Well, for all of our audio patrons to know that Dave was very mean to me and told me to stop laughing.
And Carrie says I'm so possessive of that studio.
He is. I mean, it's true.
I forgot to say you're also in the Southern Command of the Unrelated at Birth podcast.
I mean, you say it like there's only one place where the show's recorded when technically there's 2. Well, we're off to kind of a rough start, man.
We are. You're just picking on me for everything, and this is supposed to be.
Thanks for noticing me down here in Florida, Dave.
Oh, bother.
Is my mic still there?
I'm just going to turn my mic off.
You didn't turn it off. You push still. It's not gone. Just because you push it to the back of the desk doesn't make it gone. So what are we talking today, man?
We are talking boy bands, and we are going to try to end the debate here tonight. Which boy band is the best boy band of all time?
We're going to be like the Dwight of music. Which boy band is best? Question.
Question. Fact. Your mother said, if Adam can't laugh, Dave can't sing. Go ahead, laugh it up, Adam. He can laugh. He just laughed. And then Carrie says, I left out your middle name. This isn't a real podcast. Fake podcast. Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news. Anyway, so we are here to determine the best boy band of all time. And how are we going to do this, Adam?
I think we have to first start by defining what a boy band is, Dave. What is it that makes it quintessentially what is a boy band? And I know there's going to be a lot of debate in the comments. You're getting your papers ready. You're shuffling your papers around. But I think that we have to define that first, because if we don't define that, we'll end up, because someone even asked, like, when I was Googling earlier, there's a Reddit post of is Queen a boy band? And it's like, I think we're getting out of hand here. So what are the rules of engagement?
Queen is definitely not a boy band.
Right. So how do we define that first?
Okay. So according to Webster's dictionary, a boy band is a small ensemble of males in their teens and 20s who play pop songs geared towards young females. My neighbor, Megan Wilson, NSync, they produced the real MVP, Justin Timberlake. I mean, we all know where my allegiances lie.
Yeah, big time. He's like your Nike of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say that. Yeah. Anyway.
Not exaggerating at all. Anyway, so the definition from a purely textual definition is, again, if you look at Google, a pop group composed of young men whose music and image are designed to appeal primarily to a young teenage audience. I would actually take it a step further for the purposes of this conversation and say that a boy band does not play their own music.
See,
so let's get to some finer points. Let's get to some finer points because that includes 98 Degrees. What we just said, 98 Degrees, All for One, NSync, Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, Westlife, Take That, all of those kinds of things. So, do we include people that play their own music or not?
See, I think we have to, because as somebody said up here in the comments, I think it was Clarence, Jackson 5 started the whole boy band thing. I disagree with that, but J5 played their instruments, but they were also a boy band.
Yeah. So then that leads the first question I think we have to answer is, are the Beatles grouped into the overall conversation? Because they're probably the first one that would jump out in the whole play your own music conversation along with the Jackson 5.
Right. I think you have to.
Do you include the early Beatles and the later Beatles overall? Or do you just include the British Invasion, Ed Sullivan Show Beatles? Because those songs were geared towards a female audience. I mean, obviously, marketing worked.
If you are going to include late stage New Kids on the Block, late stage or now stage Backstreet Boys, you have to include psychedelic. I don't think they're different, though. I think that late stage Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, NSYNC, all of that. Well,
I think
there is no late stage.
That is true. All of those two main reunions then are all centered around nostalgia. It's the reason that there's a Scooby-Doo movie and the reason that Star Wars is still making stuff. Obviously, like the conversation we had about Mando, or when you saw the end of Mando with Luke coming out, spoiler alert, that it brought back all those things from your childhood. I think that's just purely one more money grab. They're not really changing anything about themselves other than trying to lose a little weight, put on a little bit more fake hair, that kind of thing, to get back to where they were. The Beatles significantly changed.
They did.
Like Paperback Writer is not a song geared towards a young female teenage audience. I Am the Walrus, Cuckoo Cachoo. It's not
submarine either.
I Want to Hold Your Hand. Songs like that.
Baby, you can drive my car.
I mean, I think you have to divide it. I think there's a hard dividing line to say. Yeah. So you can sing, just don't interrupt. I'm kidding. So I think you draw a hard and fast line at old Beatles versus newer Beatles, later Beatles. And I think you can say the older one would be included, but not the later one.
But see, how can you do that? You can't separate.
It's two completely different styles of music.
But no. You can't separate album sales. You can't separate because
sure you can. You can look up album sales by individual album and then add up the ones that we include.
Oh my gosh, are you really going to make it that hard?
Meet the Beatles, and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band are in no way in the same musical genre. Not in any way, shape, or form.
I have done my research, and my research is for all the Beatles.
Okay, fine. From a statistic standpoint, you can do that. We can say the Beatles are a boy band. Just we wouldn't include their entire catalog in the boy band definition. How about that?
Okay, I can agree with that. Now, what about bands? On the thing that I did on Saturday, I included Boys to Men. They are
That's a whole other. Yeah,
they're a boy band, and they sang to mostly girls. I'll Make Love to You. We don't
Bended Knee.
On Bended Knee. We don't even talk anymore. We don't even know what we argue about. So, I mean, they fit that males in their teens to 20s, play pop songs. I could argue it wasn't pop. And they play towards young females. Was that a clock chiming?
You can hear that? Wow, that's in another room of the house altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's evidently, it says it's 10 o'clock, even though it's a few minutes early. But yes, that is a clock.
So if we're going to count, I mean, I don't know if by definition they're a boy band, but if we look at it just by the words, Boyz II Men's a boy band.
Yeah, one thing, so along the same lines as playing your own music, to me, what Boyz II Men had that separated it was the harmonies that they hit and the style of their music. Okay. Because
whoa, are we going to talk harmonies?
Yeah, then we are. Let me tell you, we are.
Because let's go look at NSync, and then let's go look at Backstreet Boys because they harmonize as good.
No, they sang loud together with notes that meshed together in a harmony. Boyz II Men had a certain finesse to it. If you look at that one part of Motown Philly, where they do the there's no way that any member, and I'll wow. I'm gonna mute you. Anyway, no, there's no way you can tell me. And again, JT has grown into a phenomenal artist. I'm not disputing that in any way. But 90s JT was hey, just annoying. Okay. But everybody else was annoying too. So they all kind of canceled each other out. There's no way they could have turned it down enough to pull off some of the things that Boyz II Men pulled off.
So wait. I think that they were just singing a style because
I'm saying that's exactly my point. The style that Boyz II Men brought to it was completely different than the style of an NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, and I think that pulls them out of the boy band genre because it wasn't. You're not going to see. I'll put it like this: you would never see Boyz II Men releasing a line of dolls that is them as puppets because of no strings attached. Okay. To me, you move into the whole licensing aspect and everything like that too, right? You would never see Boyz II Men do that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is quintessential boy band in the 90s. Like
I need to
marketing and licensing and that kind of thing, plus the finesse they brought to their music. I don't think and to Brian's point, Backstreet Boys started as an a cappella group before getting signed. As soon as they were signed as a boy band, they dropped the a cappella harmonies and went into like overdrive of what was the Halloween thing? My brain is completely failing me right now. Backstreet's Back All Right.
Yeah.
Like that is not an a cappella group singing that song. That is a boy band singing that song. And that Boyz II Men never had a song like that. And you never heard NSYNC say, baby. I'm
really?
So sorry. Oh, not the same way, dude.
Girlfriend.
You can't, not even the same way. They can't even act like that would even be close. You can't even pretend that don't play it because we're going to get told. You can't even pretend that anything NSYNC did was as soulful as what Boyz II Men was able to pull off. You can't. And it's disingenuous if you try.
I disagree because I think Gone was almost there.
Almost there.
They're sitting there on stairs singing. They're
exactly. And Boyz II Men never sat on stairs being sad or acted like puppets or had a choreographed move to bye, bye, bye. That's what separates them out.
So are we saying that dance moves make boy bands?
I think that's a big part of it, yeah. The modern boy band, yes. Now, I mean, Jackson 5 did a little bit of that, right? You probably didn't have that as much with the Beatles, but a modern day, the Beatles had dance moves.
They did their little bop. I mean,
Okay, so in a very light choreographed way, yes, you're right. But yeah, I would say that those kinds of things, like the whole like way that a lot of these things. Okay, so we can draw the line like this. Brian has a great point. R&B boy bands are different. So I think for the purposes of our conversation, you have to divide that out.
So are we? And this is where I need my buddy Clarence, so I know is listening. Are we calling Jackson 5 R&B, or are we calling them a boy band, pop boy band?
I think you have to call them R&B.
I think you almost have to as well.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. They had those harmonies. They had those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to plead the fifth here. I don't BBMA.
Until you're back here, baby.
Oh,
That one.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No, that is, dude. Come on. The music video is them all standing around in different places and driving in a car. I mean, come on. It's like exactly what it's supposed to be. It's just not
Okay.
NSYNC and JT. I'm sorry.
So are we going to call what was the name of it? I was lying on the corner, but that 3. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
again. Please do that again. No, I have no idea.
Later that week. But you're still my sunshine. It's the Okay, sorry. I lost it. All right, here you go. Clarence answer.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
Clarence, answer my question. R&B boy band, but the charts crossed over so much they were pop, spawned the king of pop himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Carrie knew it. Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn, yeah.
Okay.
Now, there was a girl singing in that one. That was Lynn. Like, was there a girl in that? I didn't even know it was Lynn.
It was. It was.
I was bop dop ski blop dobbly dee do scapula bop. That was awesome.
I remembered LATER that week.
You had, in general terms, you had the whole thing. It's just individual syllables.
So, yeah, I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. All right, so Brian's saying 5 is the definition of a boy band. Okay, I don't know that group. Is that another one of those British?
Yeah, British boy bands. Yeah,
Brian's all about those British boy bands.
Evidently so, man.
I mean,
but listen, when the lights go out, don't want to let you go. If you're getting down, don't fight it, baby. I mean, yes, based off the song names alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I think we've got a rough definition, maybe
in general terms.
blah 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 blah. What a boy band.
That watermelon, bop da doo.
Oh, Clarence, you're killing me. What about Wham? You know Wham, Michael.
I know Wham.
Yeah. See, I don't
know. It's just a duo.
Yeah. I put Menudo up there for sure.
I think you could say. See, it's hard because there's pop groups and then there's boy bands.
Right.
Yeah, I had the same thought as Jeffrey. Do duos count or not? Then you'd have to say, what about Simon and Garfunkel? You know, it's just like you have to draw the line somewhere. So no Wham. All
right.
No Wham for you.
What about Rascal Flatts?
No. It's not pop. Well, let's say it's not pop music.
yeah. But is it?
What hurts the most is having to admit that, you know.
What hurts the most is that they're not country.
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, so I think we've got a loose definition. Now we have to get down to this is who is the best boy band of all time. So I think here we go. Brian says boy bands have to be more than 3 vocals.
More than 3. Okay.
I can agree with that. All right, so we have to really get into the nitty gritty. I think we need to. What?
I had a Nacho Libre moment. Let's get down to nitty gritty.
Anyway, so I think we have to call out, let's say 5 that we think are going to be the best.
Okay. And now, so there has to be a disclaimer placed there that it's 5 that we think are the best based off of our musical experiences. Because obviously this conversation in the comments has brought a lot to light that might actually be things that would tip the scales in our favor, but this is going to be a very sentimental conversation around things that we were actually exposed to.
Yeah. Oh, right? I agree with that. Yeah. And let's be honest, when we were in college, we weren't the target audience for NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. We were the target audience for New Kids on the Block. Maybe. I mean, we weren't females, but we were.
But we still listened.
Yeah. Step by step. Ooh, baby. Wanna get to you, girl.
Step 1.
All right, hold on.
Anyway, go ahead.
This is where I'm going to argue with Jeffrey. Well, if it's more than 3, Boyz II Men wouldn't count. In their heyday, Boyz II Men was 4.
That's right.
But their bass got, I think it was MS, and couldn't sing anymore and couldn't be on stage with them anymore. So I would still consider them a 4-man group.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of this conversation, we're not going to talk about Boyz II Men.
Yep.
So I think here's the 5 bands we have to consider.
I consider this conversation a victory already. Then
why? Oh, because
I was very in the camp with other folks in the listener group about Boyz II Men not being a boy band. So
okay,
if we're considering our R&B separate, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we gotta go Backstreet Boys, New Kids, NSYNC. I think we got to throw the Beatles in there, and then do we go One Direction or take that?
So I think for the purposes of this, then really, without ranking at this point, right? Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and New Kids on the Block are in no matter what. Are you saying they're above the waterline no matter what else? So we're really talking about the last 2 in.
Right.
It's really what we're talking about.
Do we count the Beatles? Because if we count the Beatles,
if you want to include, you pick who your last 2 in are, and then we'll do our last 2 out, and I'll pick mine. So
I'd say,
who are your last 2 in?
I say we have to go Beatles, and we have to go One Direction.
Okay. I think One Direction I want to include because it's been like a new wave of that.
And it spurred this.
Yeah, I think though, I think I want to go in with an international aspect to this though, because I think BTS is probably the single most popular in terms of like gravity of people moving towards them. Internationally is probably the biggest one now, probably on the level of what NSYNC and Backstreet might have been back in the day.
So let me caveat. We have to understand what they're saying.
Okay, you've never danced to Gangnam Style?
No, I have not.
Really? What the heck are you doing, man? Oh, they used to play it before all the half marathons, and we would have a time with it, man. So I would put BTS and I would put One Direction because I think One Direction is the best of, not the best, but the most popular and successful of the new wave that has then spurred careers beyond itself. And then BTS is just like what everybody's attention was on for a while. I would not include the Beatles because I think most of the music that the Beatles created was absolute garbage. But that's just one man's opinion. And I've shared, don't look so surprised. Everybody else can do the jaw drop. You've heard me share that opinion.
I forget every time you talk about it that you hate the Beatles.
I think they came in at the right time and got a lot of people behind them and then kind of coasted and got as weird as they wanted to get and nobody was going to tell them no. Speaking of which, how in the world have we not talked about the Beach Boys? I might actually put the Beach Boys in over a New Kids on the Block.
No. It can't be over New Kids.
Why? New Kids on the Block had 2 albums that you could probably remember anything from. Hanging Tough and Step by Step.
Yeah. And then they had the I don't know. Clarence said Jonas Brothers. But Joe Bro is only 3.
Oh, that's true. So we have to say 4 or more, greater than or equal to.
Yep. Okay, so I get. Okay, maybe it's a Florida thing.
Vance isn't a Beatles fan. Maybe it's a Florida thing. No, I just for me, there's a couple of songs I really like. I think that a lot of their stuff was more poetry than music, like Eleanor Rigby or things like that. But Come Together,
great song.
Why is it great though? It's only great. It's okay.
Because
I'm going to go there.
We're going here because it was ahead of its time. And then listen to the Aerosmith version of it. And it's the exact same version, but it's heavy enough for bands like Aerosmith in the 90s to cover it.
Okay. So Come Together means what?
Oh, it's drugs.
I mean,
straight up
the
drugs.
Lyrics mean nothing, right?
Because they were on straight up drugs.
But let me tell you. So wine and bourbon are to what you can drink at dinner or when you're out about, as the Beatles are to music. I love Come Together, and oh my goodness, Eleanor Rigby is such a great song because everybody else around me says it's great and it sounds sophisticated with the music that I listen to. I need to like the Beatles. Just like people who drink wine. Nobody really enjoys it. I mean, they may tolerate it. You may tolerate it. But if you had to choose between a Coke
or a bourbon,
would you choose bourbon? Okay. Well, then that's why you like the Beatles.
All right.
I'm just saying, it's like people say they like the Beatles because everybody else loves the Beatles, and it's what you're supposed to do. Anyway.
All right. So here we go. Here we go. Here's now that we're on this tangent that you got us down.
Okay.
He shut his eyes and came out on Wear No Shook Balls. Don't worry if you don't get the vocals just going, okay, sorry. Yes, I get very involved, you know. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Here come old Flat Top. He come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeballs. He won holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. He got to be a joker. He just do what he please. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Look out. He wear no shoe shine. He got toe jam football. He got monkey fingers. He shoot Coca-Cola. He say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me.
It's like, all right, I want to make a song that says come together right now over me so that we can make everybody come together and say this song's about unity. What rhymes with me? Free. All right. All I can tell you is you got to be free. What rhymes with free? Let's just work backwards and make a song that makes no sense. Anyway.
He's Bad Productions. He got Walrus Gumbot. He got Ono Sideburns. He won Spinal Cracker. He got feet down below his knees. He holds you in his arms so you can feel his disease.
Hold you in his armchair.
It says arms.
It's the lyric is armchair, I believe.
No, he holds you in his arms. Yeah.
Are you saying no?
Yeah, you don't know.
I thought he said armchair.
No.
The whole dadgum thing is so weird. I figured they were just talking about furniture.
He come grooving up slowly. Yeah, this is weird. He got Doris Dockers. This is weird. It's a great song.
It's a great song.
Carrie, just talking about non-conforming and being your own person. It's pretty clear.
Yep, that's what I get when I listen to Juju Eyeball too. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
All right, so we still have.
I want to address this real quick though. Brian says some people say Beatles, Monkees, and Beach Boys, but I'm not sure I'd actually call them boy bands as you're describing the term boy band. And I do agree that they would fit outside of the normal definition. But for the purposes of this, if you include the Beatles, you have to, by extension, at least consider the Monkees and the Beach Boys. Okay. They're bands of 4 or more that played pop music. I don't know. You could say that the Beach Boys were geared towards girls. I think they might have been geared a little bit more towards boys singing about like girls. You know what I mean?
It's a girl. Yeah.
Okay. Like modern day country music.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So let's not include them. So we have to go. So
I would say you got the Backstreet, the New Kids, NSync. My other two would be One Direction and BTS.
Okay, I'm good with that. I don't have any numbers on BTS. So here is my caveat. I've got album sales as my big thing to look at. I don't know how reliable this is going to be, because if you look at BTS and you look at One Direction, I don't think we can look at album sales, because album sales aren't really a thing anymore.
Yeah, they have proxy numbers. I think you can look at it from a certain point of view, but you can't like stick to it, you know.
Right. So I'm looking here. Actually go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm pulling it up, and I thought I saw somewhere that BTS really, I think, only had like 60 million sold albums. Okay. Whereas NSYNC was 70 million, Backstreet Boys is 100 million, New Kids is 80 million, and One Direction is only 20 million.
And that was what? Album sold?
Album sales.
Album sales, yeah.
Yep. So if we're looking at just album sales, it's Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
But I think we also have to look at staying power.
Okay. So let's put it in. The BTS hit 10 million albums sold in 5.5 years.
Cool.
So just to throw it up there and just see how they stick.
I think you have to look at staying power though. I'm going to say this. NSYNC only had 3 real albums.
Yep.
Backstreet Boys have had a lot, and they're only 30 million ahead of NSYNC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kept releasing, but it kept going down,
Right. And then we have to look at radio play. I don't think we can count, oh, well, Backstreet Boys have been together for 25 years. Okay, great. Does the radio still play their new stuff? No.
Nobody plays anybody's new stuff.
Right.
Right.
The only reason we want to see the Backstreet Boys is so these 50-year-old men can come out and sing Everybody.
And the 50-year-old women that are their fans can jump
Right.
up and down like they used to when they were 20,
Okay, well, that's maybe more in our new kids, but
I think it's all of them, man.
we'll say 40-year-olds for Backstreet
40-year-olds. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put it to you like this with BTS, just doing a little bit of digging. They've sold 1.6 million tickets at 42 shows in 2019. They are about somewhere around 1% of South Korea's GDP just from their sales.
Wow.
So in South Korea, they're a really big deal. That's what you can't ignore that and not include them. But at the same time, the staying power will show. But is staying power? I want to make sure I understand what you're saying there. Is staying power determined by how long you've been making music, or how long your music has been in the popular sphere?
I think staying power means how long your music is popular.
Because I would say I probably hear 1 or 2 songs ever on the radio from Backstreet and NSYNC. I don't think you ever hear anything from New Kids anymore of their original. I'm talking just original stuff, right?
Yeah.
They don't play New Kids anymore, so they've fallen off, even with the new tour and everything that they're doing.
Well,
Backstreet and NSYNC are probably about the same.
Yeah, it depends on what radio station you're listening to.
Yeah, but I mean, if you'd listen to like a mix station, right, that plays your favorite hits from the 80s, 90s, and today, it's probably not going to be New Kids.
Right.
Or if it is, it's once in a blue moon,
Yeah, that's true. Carrie said, trust me, I walked into Wahlburgers and that 40-year-old obsession is definitely still real.
Yeah.
And Wahlburgers is not a good burger, by the way. Not a sponsor, probably never will be. The only good thing about Wahlburgers is the government cheese.
Yeah.
As I sip my bourbon that I prefer to drink. Adam. So anyway, all right. So I think we're going to have to say it comes down to Backstreet and NSYNC,
which is where we all knew it was going all along, anyway.
Right, and I almost wanted it to be New Kids because they actually were the pioneers. They were the ones that made that 5-man or 5-boy group popular. Because it was just 4 playing their instruments and dancing, and then New Kids kind of got up there and did their dancing and singing at the same time, and it kind of fell away until what, 96, 97?
Yeah.
So I really wanted it to be New Kids, but I don't think we can say that.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the staying power. Here we are, 20-something years. We're 23 years after the first NSYNC album and the first Backstreet Boys album. And we're still talking about them as one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
And I think that they have more staying power than New Kids, easily.
Oh, I agree with that.
I don't think we can say that One Direction has staying power. I don't know if I can tell you a One Direction song.
You would be able to if you heard them, I bet.
Oh, I'd be able to tell you if it was One Direction. But
again, you're way far out of the target demographic now, though. Like, you're not even in the age range, And a lot of a lot of the Backstreet NSYNC thing was, we not only did they come out with music that we like listening to, but we had Napster and could get it for free, and had a T1 and Patey, and it's okay to say we downloaded stuff illegally, man. It's okay. It wasn't as illegal back then as it was today.
Oh, it was as illegal.
I don't know that I could tell you anything that I really listened to for Backstreet Boys past Millennium in '99. Like maybe a song here, a song there, but I don't think I got another one of their albums after that. And No Strings Attached was probably the last one that I bought for NSYNC too.
Celebrity was the last one. I mean, Celebrity was their last album together.
So you're talking 2001. I mean, Celebrity
had Gone, it had Girlfriend, it had Dirty Pop.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, the best thing to come off that album wasn't even a song that was on that album. It was the collab with Nelly.
Yeah.
They did at the Emmys or the Grammys that year.
Yeah. So they went out on top.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go. The Dapper Dans include One Direction song they had on their boy band set list.
So why don't we include the Dapper Dans as one then? The Dapper Dans win. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Done. No.
Done.
If I'm going to say a group that captivated the world and stayed captivated in less time, I'm going to say NSYNC is better than Backstreet. Backstreet Boys have been together for, let's see, Brian said this here earlier. Backstreet Boys have been together since 1993.
Yeah.
They're still touring. They're still making music.
Yeah.
And we're still saying they're not near as good as New Kids.
Well, and that's really the reason too that we're New Kids may have been the pioneers, but the ones that gave it credibility was NSYNC and Backstreet, really, at the end of the day. And it's funny because that's why we haven't really talked about a 98 Degrees or an All for One or any of those kind of late 90s where they just got started, because they were on the
three.
What's that?
All for One only had 3 guys.
That's true. Well, all 3 won then. But in either case, those felt like late attempts to try to capitalize on something that had already started to peak a little bit. You know what I mean?
Actually, I'm wrong. All for One was 4.
It would make sense for them to be all 4-1 if it wasn't 4 guys. But those, I don't even include those really. They may have had some songs, and that you probably would recognize today. But I think they were just an attempt to capitalize.
And really, All for One.
And that's what Ron Perlman's thing was, right? Let me get 4 random dudes and bring them together, 5 random dudes and bring them together, and we're going to make a thing. Well, it doesn't. Right. Yeah. I mean, it was just a little too late for those guys to get started at that point. But
really, All for One, we got to say this: All for One's best hits were really country songs.
They were, yeah. Ended up being country songs at least, and they're probably still played on country radio. And All for One's not played on the pop radio at all anymore. But I would say I would put NSYNC up there too, not because of a greater success in a shorter period of time. Not only that, at least, but also because you still talk about Joey Fatone from time to time, particularly if you're like an Impractical Jokers fan or some of the side projects he's really gotten involved in. But everybody still talks about JT. And which Backstreet Boy do you see doing anything other than
Nick Carter? Oh, wait, Aaron Carter, because of his brother,
right?
I mean, I don't know. That's the thing.
And I mean,
that's the thing. NSYNC were 5 guys that were 5 personalities that were good as a group, but also good away from each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could tell you, besides Nick and AJ, I don't know if I can name any of the other Backstreet Boys.
Sure. Yep.
I'm trying to think in my head.
I have the list right here.
Nick and AJ. AJ is the one with long hair, black hair. Nick is the blonde, the lead singer.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all I can tell you.
I mean, Howie Dorough. Have you talked about Howie Dorough anytime recently?
No.
Brian Luttrell.
Oh, well, yeah. Brian Luttrell is a Christian artist.
Kevin Richardson. Sounds like a football name.
Yeah, it does. So here's the deal. I can tell you right now, Chris Kirkpatrick, Lance Bass, JC Chazé, Joey Fatone, Justin Timberlake.
So wait. So what you're really saying then is we've ended up at the inevitable point where Dave says, NSYNC is my favorite boy band ever.
I'm not going to say
to the inevitable point.
No, I mean, but that's what I'm saying, though. We can talk about boy bands all day. And we can talk about NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, New Kids, whatever. But until you can tell me, and until you find a group of people who only had 3 real albums and captivated America in only 3 albums, and they've still captivated America. Oh, wait, I'm talking DC Talk.
Nice.
You see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
But no, I mean, seriously, though, I mean, NSYNC had 3. I want to say Backstreet Boys in their heyday had 5. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think that we're looking at it through a little bit of a boomer lens too, that we don't know about One Direction and we haven't been tracking them or listened to their music. I think they've had,
but they've already broken up.
Well, so did NSYNC.
But
I mean, they followed the exact same path, dude. They did 3 or 4, I think 4 or 5 albums. The first 4 albums were all #1 when they hit the charts. And then they broke up and they've spurred off a couple of guys like Harry Styles that everybody knows right now, just like JT. It's almost the same. It's just we're not familiar with it. We're too old.
But does Harry Styles have good music outside of, like, is he a Justin Timberlake? I don't think so. And my finger's a little bit on the pulse of popular music.
Yeah, but you can't tell me a single One Direction song.
No, I can tell you some Jonas Brothers songs.
Yeah, because you're too old to know about One Direction. That's all I'm saying.
One Direction and Joe Bro was close to the same time.
Yeah, I guess. But no, Harry Styles did do. I couldn't tell you any of his independent stuff. But
I could tell he dressed like a girl and everybody went crazy over it.
Justin Timberlake had frosted tips and everybody went crazy over it. So. Are you going to show your frosted tips? Where are they? There they are. Yeah, but your hair wasn't curly like his, though, so it's not exactly the same.
No, I had the Lance Bass frosted tips.
There you go. Good call.
I mean, I'm a bass.
No, his name is Bass, not Bass, dude.
Oh, but he also sang bass. All right, here we go. Brian, vocally, Backstreet. Brian, we're going to disagree. So JC and Justin were the 2 lead singers, but Lance, if you listen to his stuff now, Lance has a really good voice. Joey has a really good voice. In fact, Joey's out there going on stage at Disney World at Epcot singing with 98 Degrees when they do Bye Bye Bye.
True.
I think Chris is the only one that didn't have the great voice. I mean, he was also the 50-year-old man in the back with all these 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
He wasn't 50, but he was older. But I would say vocally, I think both of them are about the same.
All right, I'm gonna share this next comment. You read it, and then I'm gonna read a book while you talk for the next hour.
Harry Styles, dare I say, has Carrie.
No, read the whole thing so our listeners can hear it if they're doing the audio only.
Harry Styles, dare I say, has more vocal range than JT ever wished he could have. I will stand on this hill. Carrie, that is a hill you will die on, because Justin Timberlake can sing pop, he can sing rock, he can sing country, he can sing folk. Justin Timberlake, dare I say, is probably the best vocalist of this era.
Well, how do you find that era? That's a pretty big statement.
I would say 1998 to now.
When did he release a folk album? What rock have I been living under?
His last album is very country, very kind of down home woodsy folk. It is. Him and Chris Stapleton actually have written a couple songs together.
Oh, well, you know what? I agree with Carrie then.
I know you don't like Stapleton.
I do not. He's just as manufactured as boy bands were in the 90s. But anyways.
Okay. All right. So here's another thing we have to say. There's only been one boy band that has been featured on a halftime Super Bowl show. And who is that boy band?
New Kids on the Block?
NSync.
You sure about that?
Look it up, because I think the NSYNC Aerosmith. I don't remember New Kids.
1991.
Were they? Okay. Yeah. So we got 2.
And it was Disney themed.
Vance, thank you. I wasn't looking at your comment. You should judge by Super Bowl halftime shows. New Kids did it when it was Disney themed. Okay, great. But if we're talking, I still think that the 2000, was it 2000? Yeah, it was the football season.
Britney Aerosmith when it was 01.
But it was the football season of 2000.
2000, yeah.
I think that was probably one of my top 4 or 5 Super Bowl halftime shows.
Absolutely. I'd agree with that.
I mean, because it had your college age Dave, NSYNC, Aerosmith, Nelly, Britney Spears. What more could I have wanted?
So okay, to Brian's point, NSYNC did the halftime show in 01. In 2002, they sang the national anthem. Is that being relegated down a step, you think, in your mind?
Backstreet Boys sang the national anthem? Yes, it is.
Okay. So it just proves your point more.
It does.
I'm gonna call this episode Dave Defends NSYNC.
I mean,
What am I gonna
no,
call it?
it's we're deciding who the best boy band of all time is.
I have to say
I mean-
something about the JT Harry Styles thing, though, because I do agree with Kerry a little bit, listening to some of his music. Like I said, not any detailed interactions with it at all. I think what sells JT is his falsetto.
He is the modern version. Clarence is going to shoot me.
Oh,
He is the
no.
modern version Michael Jackson. I said it. Justin Timberlake is this generation's Michael Jackson.
Wow. I have no words for that. I mean, that stands on its own, Dave. That stands
Prove
on
me
its
wrong.
own.
Prove me wrong.
Prove you wrong.
Rock Your Body and all the stuff that he did post NSYNC.
Nothing JT has done post NSYNC will ever be the moonwalk on the stage for the first time singing Billie Jean. Nothing. I mean, come on. Nothing. I mean, you want to have more notorious moments like with Janet Jackson? Sure, JT will beat him in notorious moments. I gotta have it. So that's violent, Clarence.
Clarence just said he has a howitzer aimed, and I know where you live. Guys, if I die, y'all know who killed me.
No, that's a really hot take, and I applaud you for having the courage to say it, but it's just misguided.
I don't think it is
Misguided. It's okay. This show is all about our opinions and sharing it.
Brian said, Brian says JT hasn't been relevant on radio in a few years. I disagree. I think that Suit and Tie album made him relevant for years.
Suit and Tie. Let's see this. He did a song with Jay-Z. Well, congratulations, dude.
Are you really don't know the Suit and Tie album?
No, I can't say that I do.
Oh my gosh, it was that good. Oh, this is the last show that we will do together.
Are you talking about the 2020 experience?
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Carrie, terrible takes doesn't mean hot takes.
So Suit and Tie, Mirrors, and Tunnel Vision. I don't know that I could tell you any of those songs if I heard them.
I'll be on. Okay.
I don't know that I could. Hey, you know what? It's all good, man.
But again, he lives an hour north of me.
Oh, well, there you go.
Married to his beautiful.
He is your Nike. Bill. He's your Nike. That's all it is. Yeah, and Clarence says, play the Thriller album. Every track was a hit. And they are all still played on radio today. Every single one of them. On any mix station you have out there.
I didn't say he was better than or as good as. I said he is the next generation's Michael Jackson.
Well, then this generation needs a stern talking to.
And we have said that for years.
We have
said that there is no good music anymore.
No good music to us. Yes, you're right.
When the Super Bowl halftime show is The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Come on.
There's no vowels. Come on.
There is not a good Super Bowl halftime show this year. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Is that who it is this year? I don't even know.
It is The Weeknd. Yeah. Do we even know who's singing the national anthem this year?
I haven't even seen that. So
okay, well,
I just remember how much fun it was getting yelled at by everybody about the Shakira Jennifer Lopez thing. So I can't wait for this year's halftime show. We were all so mad at each other about, well, Jennifer Lopez shouldn't do that on national TV. And then COVID gave us all a reality check that she does not matter. Happened pretty quick.
Okay, so I can agree with this. Carrie Loney, Bruno Mars is more MJ than JT.
Yeah, I will agree that Bruno Mars' Super Bowl halftime show ranks way up there among the top ones. I agree with that. Yes.
I think Bruno Mars, I think Prince, I think the NSYNC Aerosmith, Michael Jackson, and I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Eric Church. I did hear that.
Oh, okay.
You want to talk about a halftime show, though? You put the Chief up there, man.
So
Eric Church would be the best halftime show.
The year the Super Bowl was in Houston, you and I did this.
Yep.
Before we even had a podcast. The year the Super Bowl was in Houston, and they did what was that year? Was that the Katy Perry Super Bowl halftime show?
Yes.
And they didn't do George Strait in Houston?
Yeah, Pepsi doesn't have a deal with him already, though.
Come on.
It's all about reaching a new generation. Pepsi.
Who is Jasmine Sullivan, by the way?
That's a great question. Let's look that up. Maybe we'll discover some new music.
How did we go boy bands to Eric Church and Jasmine Sullivan?
She has an album. She's a singer. She's been in a couple of movies.
To quote the doctor, when your album sales doing too good, who's the doctor that told you to go see? Y'all better listen up closely. Are you that said that I turn pop on a firm flop?
You go, Dave.
You like how I bleep myself out?
Yeah, yeah. You used to do that in the car too. You used to do that too.
You proud that after 20 years I still can remember that rap?
Yeah. Proud doesn't begin to describe it.
All right, so let's wrap this up, put a bow on it. At the end of the day, who do you think is the best boy band? We know who I think.
I mean, I liked more of NSYNC stuff overall. And I think being able to launch successful careers is probably something that plays into it. So I'll say NSYNC, but Backstreet Boys are right there behind them. I mean, they had some stuff too that has endured. And I think being able to come back and do a tour and all that and still, be able to create music at their age now and be relevant in some people's minds is a big deal. So I'll put them a close second, but I'll say NSYNC.
See, I don't even think you can say a close second. I think it's going to be NSYNC, New Kids,
no,
Backstreet Boys. I really do think you got to give New Kids more credit. Hanging Tough.
And one song.
Then Step by Step.
2 songs.
Oh, there was another one too. Oh, crap. Now I got to Google.
Excuse us. Well, let's see. New Kids on the Block hits. They had Please Don't Go Girl. You Got It. I'll Be Loving You. I don't know that I can tell you any of those. Baby, I Believe in You. Anybody?
Hold up.
And I will say, to go to Brian, while you're Googling, I'll say for Westlife, we'll give them an honorable mention, but I don't know that a boy band covering You Raise Me Up, I think they might disqualify themselves from our conversation for doing actually a song where they show that they vocally can sing. They actually show they have talent. And I think that kind of disqualifies them from the boy band conversation. That's a very big song. Did you find something yet?
I did, and you're going to be mad that you didn't think about this, and I'm going to say the words. Hold on a second.
You're going to say the words? Are you leading into DC talk?
No, I'm not. But first time was springtime. Second time was a blast. Third time I fell in love. Now I hope it lasts. I can see it in your talk. Love it in your walk. See it in everything you do. Even in your thoughts. You got the right stuff, baby. Love the way you turn me on. Do you not remember that song?
You got to keep going so I can go, the right stuff. Come on, man. Dang it. You're building up. I was going to let you go until the right moment. But anyway, yes, I do remember that.
Okay, so we got 3 so far.
Yeah, but that's not the same as Backstreet, man. I mean.
Okay, name me popular Backstreet Boys. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. I Want It That Way.
Okay.
Playing Games with My Heart. Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. Shape of My Heart. As Long as You Love Me.
Okay, you win that one. Okay.
I mean, And that was just 30 seconds on Google to refresh my memory because honestly, I don't listen to any of this stuff anymore. But
Okay, yeah, well, I still do. Mike Watts says next time do girl bands. Easy. The best girl band of all time, Spice Girls.
what other? So this isn't for this one, but who would even count in that conversation?
Destiny's Child, TLC.
TLC wouldn't count because there's only 3.
Well,
Are we
technically,
using
there
the
was.
same criteria.
I don't think you can. Technically, there was only 3 members of Destiny's Child that made it big, but there was 5 members to start off with.
Yep. Interesting. We'll have to noodle on that.
That might be a good noodle.
Maybe we'll do a little short bonus episode on that one for you, Mike.
That might not be a bad idea. That might not. That could work.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right.
I see you.
So we're going to end the show with something totally different. We've got a new segment that we're going to end shows with on what are we geeking out about this week. Adam, you said you had a fun one.
I do. So you go first.
No, hold up now.
No kidding. I'm totally kidding. I forgot to bring it in here with me, but I have discussed. So the thing we're geeking out about every week, me and Dave have kicked around this idea, and it's going to be, it's not going to relate to the topic, of course, because everything's unrelated. It's going to be completely random and just something that we found.
Unrelated at birth.
There you go. That's like 18.
Who
So it'll be
unrelated at birth.
And there we go. So Dave's now muted. It'll be something that we've discovered, a video,
brothers and a brother.
a video we're watching, or a TV show, or anything we're geeking out about. Mine. No, seriously, I'm getting into it. Shut up. I'm getting into it.
Of the South.
So the thing this week that I'm geeking
They're
out
brothers
about,
from different mothers.
all right, guys, thank you for giving us a little bit of your time. No, I'm kidding. So the thing that I'm geeking out about is called
both
No,
proud.
stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna scream anyway. It's called
To be
and
unrelated.
Stop. I want you to listen to me for a second. You're like a child right now. So if I told you it's called PB Fit, what would you think it is?
So that's actually it's powdered peanut butter. I know
It
what
is.
I've
Yes. It is PB Fit, and you can take it and mix it with a little bit of water, like a certain ratio, and it's actually got a little bit of cocoa in it too, so it's like chocolatey. It is the best. And I get my little sweet fix with it now. And I also put it in smoothies and stuff like that. But it is, I wish I had the thing to show everybody, but it's powdered peanut butter. Yes, we know you're drinking a gallon of water, Dave.
I've been drinking a gallon of water. How's your water drinking going?
Oh, mine's empty for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, so what I've been geeking out about this week, it's actually something that my family's been geeking out about for probably a couple of weeks. We finally just finished it on
Unrelated at birth.
Yeah, we finally just finished it on Netflix. And
instead of singing, I'm just going to mute you randomly all throughout your story that you're trying to tell.
Oh, I don't care.
Really? You don't care? Okay. That's cool. So I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead. What's your story?
Can I talk now?
Yes, you can.
Are we sure?
Go ahead.
Are we sure?
Go ahead.
Can I?
My hands are up. They're not even touching the mouse. Go ahead.
Okay.
Please, what are you geeking out about?
We just finished all 4 seasons of...
and you're muted, so no one knows what you're saying. I don't want to know what you just said while you're muted either. Please don't repeat it when I take you off mute. Go ahead. You can. I won't do it again. I won't do it again.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive I won't do it again.
Well, see, now I have to figure... Okay, so we just...
Go ahead. I'm not doing it. You're not muted. Go ahead.
Let me see your hands. We just finished all 4 seasons of Man with a Plan on Netflix.
Man with a Plan. What is that?
It is Joey from Friends.
But
it's not Joey from Friends, but he has it's...
Whoa. Oh, not that Joey. Sorry.
Not Joey. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one. I saw a video of that one on Facebook where he turns off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Until they get the choice. Yeah.
Yeah. and it's awesome. It's just because it's him. I like him as an actor.
Do you? What else do you like about it, Dave? Tell us all about it while you're muted. Go ahead.
I like him as an actor. And he's the interaction between his brother and himself and his dad
Is what?
is great. And the interaction between him and his kids is great.
Yeah.
The only thing, so he also, the whole time, he acts like he's this player, but his wife really keeps a leash on him.
Mhm.
I kept waiting on him to go, "How you doing?"
Yeah.
But he never did.
Yeah.
So
It's trademarked and copyrighted.
yeah, I guess he couldn't do it with the whole Friends thing.
So after the whole singing muting thing, Mike says that Man with a Plan's a great show and should never have gotten canceled. If I mute you again, is that what people are going to say about us?
Probably. It's a great show. I need to keep singing.
You what?
I didn't sing nearly enough this week.
I am surprised. I thought literally it was going to be like an hour of Dave just.
No, I kept it under control.
You did a good job. I'll give you credit.
And
it's a nice balance.
Only a couple times when I feel like it was warranted.
Sure.
And you know what else is warranted is we haven't done our Virgil Ask a Question.
We have not.
So
and I had it queued up, and then I got too busy muting you.
Yeah, I know. See, you failed, sir.
You failed. All right, here we go. Virgil asks a question.
Hey guys, looking forward to another great podcast, but I have this week's question for you. You may have noticed on a military person's uniform, they wear many colorful ribbons, or sometimes called bars, displayed on their uniform. You will also see many medals and badges. The top three least awarded badges are 1, the astronaut badge, number 2, the military horseman ID badge, and my question is, what is the third least awarded badge given by the U.S. Army?
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Oh, very good. Were you typing the Google machine, or did you know that one?
I actually knew that one.
That's a good, yeah. The tomb of the guarding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That's right.
I'm proud of myself because that is one of the useless trivia knowledge facts that I knew.
Nice.
You didn't even have to ask me. Did you know that one?
No, I did not. Not off the top of my head like that.
Well, you know, I'm good like that. What can I say?
You know, well, yeah. And if I mute you again, they'll have to make a Tomb of the Unknown podcast, right?
I know, right? So I just want to say, I'm looking up to make sure I'm not muted. I just want to say we did an unofficial poll on the Unrelated at Birth Facebook group this weekend about who the siblings all thought was their favorite boy band.
Yes.
And I would be willing to say that it was a runaway with NSync.
What was the final count?
14 votes for NSYNC, 11 for Boys to Men. But we've already decided that can't be a boy band. So, and then only 7 for Backstreet, 6 for New Kids, 2 votes for the Rat Pack, 1 vote by Carrie Loney for Together, the made-up band.
Nice.
1 vote by Chris Papchek of One Direction.
So they were in the running at least.
Yeah. 1 vote for Take That by Ben Harris.
Nice.
Shocker. UK picks UK.
Exactly. Yep.
And 1 vote for All for One, Brian Metz.
Okay.
So NSYNC.
But I wonder how it would have played out. The split would have been of the Boys to Men folks. It probably would have broken the same way for NSYNC, though.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Here you go. Jeffrey Martin said, I would have voted for New Kids on the Block, but he voted for Boys to Men.
Well, see, maybe we need to remove them and do it again just to see.
We might have to.
Yeah, there you go.
Do just 3.
Everybody do your civic duty and vote. Go out and vote when we post that.
your civic duty,
Yeah.
your sibling duty.
Your sibling duty. There you go. Just please make sure that the word Dominion is nowhere around any of the counting of those votes.
All right. So if you want to be part of the show, Adam, what is the phone number they should call?
Oh, they should call 650 UAB show. You'll hear a message followed by a beep. After that beep, leave your message and we will play it on the show. 10 times out of 10, we do it. Every message we get, we play on the show, sometimes in real time as the show is happening. So give us a call, 650 UAB show, or you can hit us up on the socials. Dave, tell them how to do that.
Twitter, I am at DAdams419. He is nobody. On Instagram, I am at DAdams419. He is at Runtime to Run. The show is at Unrelated at Birth. Also on Twitter, the show is at Not Related Bros. Facebook.com/Unrelated at Birth. Check out our Facebook fan group, Unrelated at Birth listener group. We have a lot of fun in there. I post a lot of Friday memes and people say, would you take this or that? Or it's just fun stuff. We post a lot of fun, random facts. And, we talk about the Harry Potter show coming to HBO Max. Yes, please. Also, if you are so inclined, $5 a month, patreon.com/Unrelated Birth. 100% of that money goes right back into this. This podcast does not grease Adam's pockets. It does not grease my kids' Disney addiction. It goes,
blame it on the kids, Dave.
It goes right back to the show. Hey, it's the kids. So it does not go into our pockets. So guys,
it's like WandaVision for the children.
Yes, for the children.
I love it.
For the children. Vance said, "Is it though?" What are you saying? Is it though? For
is it the kids? That's
yes, it's definitely the kids. I will end with this. I have my one quote for the end of the day. Guys, we love you. We mean it. Bye, bye, bye. Take him home, Adam.
Thank you, guys, for giving us a little bit of your time to listen to us talk about something that we're passionate about. Obviously. Yes, do you need something, Dave?
Oh, I have one other thing I forgot.
Go ahead.
This Saturday.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I will be on the Reels and Heels podcast talking about streaming services. So find the Reels and Heels on YouTube. Find them on Facebook at 1:15 Central Time. You will see the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, live and in living color on Saturday as well.
That's exciting. That's going to be really good. All right. Sorry, you want me to just jump back into what I was saying? I thought you were going to have okay, thank you.
Back to you.
Let's close it out. All right, thank you. So, thank you guys for giving us more of your time this week to talk about something that we like to geek out about, and we look forward to doing again next week. Remember, we love you, but not as much as Jesus does. Stay kind, or stay safe out there. Be kind to one another, and no matter who your favorite boy band is, go discover something new this week. It sounds like we all have some music to go listen to, primarily British boy bands in the UK. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week, and you guys have a good one.
Everybody out. Yeah. Rock your body out. Yeah.
What is the owl you're adding to that? What is that?
Yeah.
Everybody owl?
Oh, come on. Listen to him. He goes, everybody out. Yeah. Rock your body out. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And I went the entire show without saying it's gonna be me.
You said it, you just didn't sing it. You said it I think you said it one time. But no, to your point, you didn't go JT on it,
Yeah, no. There you go, Brian. Carrie, reels as in film reels, heels as in pro wrestling term. And what's funny, Brian, is Carrie is a huge wrestling fan. Huge.
Bigger than me, even.
I'd say bigger than me.
Well, everybody's bigger than me, so.
Yeah, well, Carrie.
See?
I can get behind that.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right, so now that we're not recording the show, no Hall of Fame members for baseball this year?
Why?
No. They didn't vote anybody. No one made the 75%. Kurt Schilling made 71%.
Oh, well, yeah.
And this was his last time to get, he had one more time on the ballot. And he actually said, I don't want to be on it next year.
I don't blame him.
So,
but I mean, I don't know.
Big Mac and Barry Bonds have one more year before they rotate off.
You know what? Actually, if Barry was second, looks like he got 62%. I'm actually okay with there being nobody this year and next year. Excuse me, to keep him out. So,
and we have to say it. I didn't wear my jersey this week, but RIP to the true home run king.
Yep, no asterisk involved with Hank Aaron.
No,
this was not attached.
Oh, I see what you did there. This was not a good week for Braves fans, though. Hank Aaron and Don Sutton, and then 2 weeks ago, Nux died.
Yeah.
So
who's Phil Necro for anybody that doesn't know that, you know?
Well, if you know baseball, you know who Nux is.
I've never heard the word Nux, but I knew who Phil Necro was. So I knew he threw a knuckleball.
I mean, that was his nickname.
I know, but I'd never heard that before. I'm sorry.
Nuxies.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me guess. You didn't know that Deontay Smith's nickname was Smitty, or that Smoltz's nickname was Smoltzy?
I heard Schmaltzy. I mean, come on. Like Devontae Smith, I'd never heard the Slim Reaper until later in the season.
Really?
That was they made up that. Come on. That was a new thing. That's not what
Unfortunately, do you know who made it up? Do you know who made it up?
Who?
Funny Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
All right. So now that this is not a release song, so we're not going to get banned or anything like that. For any of y'all who love country music, I want you to go to TikTok and follow a young lady named Allie Walker. I'm going to play this real quick. This isn't released yet, but she's just singing this demo.
Hello. So you guys
Wait, that's not it.
Hello.
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 That was her reaction video.
Jeffrey says Nuck is the name given to a beehive. It is the nucleus of the hive.
All right.
So if you had multiple beehives, then you'd have Nucks.
Nuxies. All right.
You gonna find it or what?
I got drunk on strawberry wine, fell asleep to a whiskey lullaby, found out real quick what hurts the most, waking up from drinking like George Jones. God bless the Copperhead road that took me home on a small town Saturday night after working like Dolly 9 to 5. That's how a redneck woman gets by. I close my eyes and I sing along, and it takes me back to when I was young, learning about life I knew I was, taking each day song by song. First dance, first kiss, and falling in love, losing myself when I lost someone, slurring them words when I got too drunk, waking up hungover with the radio on. Whatever it was, it got me through it. I grew up on country music.
That is so 90s country.
It's got the modern kind of sound to it, but it's got a lot of references. And when we were talking this earlier, if that's going to be her thing and she kind of has that throwback, love it 100%. Yep. But if this is just a gimmick to get in because you put a bunch of names of songs in it, it's going to be evident real quick. And you have to show a picture of the hat, man.
Oh, I know.
Because then she explains this song and the background behind it, why it's not released and all of that. In the other video you sent me, look at the hat.
Oh, here it is.
I mean, I found this at a thrift store, everybody, and it just really spoke to me. So it's even got a notch. You can't see it there. It's even got a notch cut out of the front of it. I mean, come on, man.
So here's the thing you're also not going to like, Adam.
What's that?
She's Canadian.
Hey, you know what?
Shania Twain.
If the rescuer of modern country music that goes to a throwback has to ride across the northern border to do it, I'm fine with that. But when she wears that hat and then tags Sam Hunt in her post, it's like, this is gonna be a gimmick, man. I mean, this is like her end.
I am going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Allie Walker.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But anything Sam Hunt's tagged in makes me suspect.
Makes you a little sus.
Makes me sus. You sus, bro?
I still hadn't gotten into playing that.
We have to find time to do it.
Okay. We also need to find time very soon to make Eric. We are going to watch Star Wars.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Because next month and a half from now, me, Carrie Loney, and Eric Terry and the families are going to Galaxy's Edge.
The families.
And Eric still hasn't watched Star Wars. And we keep promising that he's going to watch Star Wars.
Okay.
So we need to make it happen.
We'll get that done. And what I think we need to do with Elf is coming later this year, we're going to do Christmas in July.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And I'll watch Elf. So we got those two. We'll get them lined up. We'll get it scheduled. We've been talking about it long enough.
On Patreon.
Yes.
On Patreon. So if you want to be a true sibling,
yes,
you can laugh. You can laugh because I sang.
Thank you.
So,
and a lot too. I need to give it a hearty laugh. So let's talk this real quick before we wrap. Carrie put out there, what about the idea about the Braves changing their name to the Atlanta Hammers?
I am all for it.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not.
Because if they're going to have to change their name.
I don't think they're going to have to do anything, though. The Chiefs can get away with it. There's still multiple teams. I mean, it's not disrespectful. It's not drawing a random. I mean, we don't have Chief Nakahoma anymore. If we did that kind of stuff, I would get it.
They've taken the chop away from us.
They had to do that, but I don't think they have to change his name. But the thing was, Hank Aaron was a Brave. I mean, he was a Brave in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And there's a history. See, the reason I like the Braves name is there's a history behind it, long history behind it, multiple cities. And to change, I don't know. I still am a big fan of chopping the S off, no pun intended, and being the Atlanta Brave and going with more of like a fireman theme or something, like a first responder kind of theme.
I'm okay with that too, but
if they have to, I mean, the Hammers wouldn't be horrible, but what's your mascot? I mean, I know we already have those little Home Depot guys running around the stadium, right? Doing the race. So does that Hammer that's doing the little race, is that now our mascot? Yeah. So
why your dad?
I like that. No, I like it. Go Team 36. I love it. He's just cracking a joke, man. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Why even have team names anymore? Everything's offensive. So just be Team 1. Washington football team, Denver football team, Atlanta team that plays baseball. Sure.
I will say this. I want Liberty Media to sell the Braves to Arthur Blank, because Arthur Blank, who, if you don't know, is the owner of the Falcons and the Atlanta Football Club.
Okay, yeah.
They have now retired the number 44 because of Hank.
Okay, yeah.
And that is a great sentiment.
Sure.
It's a great thing for the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And and he's done great things for the Falcons. Kerry can tell you how much he's done for the Atlanta Football Club. I can forget their name. Atlanta United, maybe. I don't know. Atlanta, Manchester.
The Atlanta United.
Okay. And he's got a championship out of Atlanta's football club. He won't do it with the Falcons, but I think he would be a great owner for the Braves.
Sure.
It's time to get the Braves to have a single ownership again.
And Liberty Media, and I don't want to go down the tangent too far, but Liberty Media has made it clear they see the Braves as a investment in their portfolio and not like something like a passion project. And that's what the Braves really need right now. Yep. I mean, hey, they've done great with what they've been given. Don't get me wrong. The results have been fantastic, but getting over that last little hump would be fantastic.
It'd be great. Yep. And how about this from Brian? Looking forward to a brighter future for you guys. There's some stuff coming down the pike.
You never know.
You never know. You never know.
Arthur Blank is now our executive producer.
That's it.
We bought the podcast for $5 and a Jersey Mike's sub.
No, not Jersey Mike's. Give me a Firehouse
Publix chicken finger sub.
Hey, give me a pub sub. I'm okay with that.
There you go, then.
I'm okay with that. I'm out of water. Oh wait, no, I'm not out of water. I'm out of bourbon.
No, you're not out of that either. There's just no more in the cup. Oh, see that? Come on,
No, I'm
Really?
not going to do it.
Wow. We've reached that point. Yep. All right.
You want to do it again?
Do it again. Boom. The other one had a little bit more of a lead up to it, though. That plastic one had that kind of noise to it, But anyway. What was that?
Oh, shoot.
Skapoosh.
Oh, it's so good. It's so bad.
Splish splash. Dave was taking a bath.
Boom, 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 boom. I'll tell you what. I got something for you here. All right. We have 8 patrons right now.
Is it?
I think.
You think? We
Yeah.
should know, though. Patreon's your thing.
Yeah. But if we hit 12 by the time I go to Disney World next.
Ooh, this is getting good.
I'll bottle chug.
Oh no, that's not. I wouldn't even make you do that, man. Come on, that's inhumane.
I'll do it.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'd send you a souvenir from Disney World or something.
No, I'd bottle chug this.
Wow.
And I'll do it live on Facebook.
Oh, here's to 11, folks, because I don't know if I want to see the end result of that. Oh, get a Home Depot bucket. We'll see what happens.
I know. All right, guys. Well, we will catch y'all later.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.